Imagine a woman, a believer in peace, caught in the middle of war, a princess who became a secret agent. This is the story of Noor Inayat Khan. This is not a war story. It's a story about humanity, a story of a gentle soul who found incredible strength when the world needed it most. It's a testament to the idea that true courage isn't the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it. Her life challenges our understanding of bravery, showing us that the quietest voices can often make the loudest impact. How did a musician and writer, raised on principles of nonviolence, become one of the most vital secret agents of World War II? Her journey is one of profound conviction and sacrifice, a narrative that deserves to be heard and remembered. Noor was born in the heart of Moscow in 1914, into a world that was already on the brink of change. Her father, Hazrat Inayat Khan, was a renowned Sufi teacher and musician, a man who taught that harmony, beauty, and love were the core tenets of existence. Noor grew up in a household filled with the enchanting sounds of music, the profound beauty of poetry, and a deep, unwavering belief in peace and compassion. Her childhood in Paris was idyllic, a tapestry woven with artistic expression and spiritual learning. She was a gifted musician, playing the harp and the piano, and a talented writer of children's stories. Her world was one of imagination and gentleness, far removed from the harsh realities of conflict. She was, in every sense, a product of peace. Raised on these ideals, she was taught to see the good in all people and to believe in the power of empathy over aggression. This foundation of peace and compassion would paradoxically become the very source of her immense courage in the face of unimaginable darkness. When World War II erupted, the shadow of conflict spread across Europe, and the peaceful world Noor had known was shattered. When Nazi Germany occupied France, the country she called home, Noor and her family were forced to flee to England. But she could not simply stand by and watch the suffering unfold. The principles of justice and compassion her father had instilled in her compelled her to act. She saw the tyranny, the injustice, the pain inflicted upon innocent people, and knew that remaining silent was not an option. Her belief in peace wasn't passive, it was an active, driving force. For Noor, true peace required fighting against the forces that sought to destroy it. She made a decision that would change her life forever, a decision that seemed to contradict everything she was raised to be, but in reality was the ultimate expression of her core beliefs. She decided to join the fight. Noor's path led her to volunteer for Britain, its most secretive and dangerous wartime organization, the Special Operations Executive, or SOE. The SOE was tasked with conducting espionage, sabotage, and reconnaissance in occupied Europe. It was a world of shadows and secrets, and Noor's decision to join was met with skepticism. Some of her superiors doubted whether this gentle, artistic woman had the toughness required for such a perilous role. But they underestimated her resolve. She was trained as a wireless operator, one of the most hazardous jobs in the war. The life expectancy of a wireless operator in the field was just 6 weeks. They were the vital communication link between the resistance in France and the Allied command in London, but their signals were easily tracked by the enemy. The training was grueling, both physically and mentally. Many failed, but Noor persevered. She mastered Morse code, learned to operate the heavy, clumsy radios, and studied the art of espionage. She refused to give up, driven by an unshakable sense of duty. She was given a new identity, a code name that would become legendary, Madeleine. In the dead of night, in June 1943, Noor Inayat Khan, now known as Agent Madeleine, parachuted into occupied France. Her mission, to transmit vital intelligence back to London. When she arrived, the SOE's Paris network was in chaos. Arrests had decimated their ranks, and other agents were being captured at an alarming rate. Her superiors in London gave her the option to return to safety, but she refused. For months, Noor became the sole critical link between the Parisian resistance and the Allies. Moving from one safe house to another, lugging her heavy radio transmitter, she constantly evaded capture. She knew that every signal she sent was a beacon, not just for her allies, but for the enemy who was hunting her relentlessly. The stress was immense, the danger constant. Yet she continued to transmit, sending information that helped coordinate resistance activities and saved countless lives. She once said, "If I am captured, I will never talk." This was a promise she would tragically have to keep. Noor's incredible run of luck eventually came to an end. She was betrayed by a French collaborator and captured by the Gestapo. What followed was a testament to her incredible courage. For 10 months, she was interrogated and subjected to brutal treatment, yet she revealed nothing. She never gave up the names of her contacts, the locations of safe houses, or any details of the resistance network. Her silence was an act of defiance, a final, powerful transmission that saved the lives of many of her fellow agents and resistance fighters. She made 2 escape attempts, showing her unbroken spirit, but was recaptured both times. Labeled highly dangerous, she was kept in chains and solitary confinement. Even in the face of unimaginable fear and isolation, her resolve never wavered. Her courage was not loud or boastful. It was a quiet, unyielding strength that baffled her captors and inspired awe. Noor Inayat Khan was executed at Dachau concentration camp on September 13, 1944. Her final word, shouted as she faced her executioners, was reportedly, "Liberté," freedom. Though her life was cut tragically short, her legacy of courage and sacrifice lives on. In 1949, she was posthumously awarded the George Cross, Britain's highest civilian award for bravery. Her story, once lost to the shadows of history, has since been brought to light, revealing a hero of unparalleled conviction. Today, a bronze statue of Noor stands in Gordon Square in London, near her former home. It is a tribute not just to a war hero, but to a woman who held fast to her ideals of peace and compassion, and who fought for them with every fiber of her being. Her life reminds us that heroes come in many forms, and that the greatest strength can be found in the gentlest of hearts. Noor Inayat Khan, the princess who became a spy, was a beacon of light in the darkest of times. Thank you so much for joining us to hear the incredible story of Noor Inayat Khan. Her legacy is a powerful reminder of the impact one person can have. If you are moved by her story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more untold stories of courage and humanity. We'll see you next time.